Okay, so this is a new video. It's been a while since I've posted one. This is on the Silvercrest negative and slide reproducer. Okay, so it's a slide scanner. It's a very useful tool, and you can probably find it in different marks, and they probably function pretty much the same way. It comes with two negative holders, as you can see here. They're quite easy to use. They just snap apart. And you put your slides inside there. You see there's a little arrow here, a guideline, and that shows you where to push and how to advance the slides. Okay, so that's for the slides, the negatives. I'm sorry, negatives. This unit is for the slides. It's very simple to use. It has a slide on the side. It goes back and forth. Now I'm going to show you how to do a slide here. And I'll do another one on the negatives after this. I'll do a separate video for the negatives. So you take a slide, and what I recommend is if you have a box of slides like I do over here that have been accumulating dust and sand and grit for a while, they've been in storage, you want to blow them off. You can use a hand blower, or you can just use your breath. Make sure there's no dust. Use a clean, dry cloth. You know, one used for glasses, for example, for spectacles and so on. And you just wipe it off a little bit. You don't want to put too much pressure because if there is a grain of sand, it's going to scratch the slide. So then you look for the direction of the slide. You look at the date. Usually most slides will have dates on them, which is very useful because if you have some that are over 20 years old like I do, it might be difficult to place where they actually are. So then you place it in the holder and you make sure it's facing the right side up, and you slide the unit in, and then you move the slide forward until the slide enters. Now I've installed all the software, and you can see here's the slide. It showed up. It's showed up perfectly on here. And one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to scan the slide. So it scans over to here. I don't have to, if for example it was in the wrong direction, I would rotate it. I could rotate it like this, 360 degrees, but it's perfect. Okay, now what you want to be careful of is some slides have a little black edge on them, and you can see it here, and you can adjust that by carefully moving the slide unit itself, okay? Now what you want to do, the next thing you want to do is you can click on color brightness or adjustment, and you can brighten up the slide. You can bring the slide up, and I remember this slide is from Nepal. It's a sacrificial water buffalo they're burning. They're cooking it, and you can change the red, green, or blue down here. I don't play too much with these adjustments. So then I'm going to save it. So I just click on save, and I've already chosen the file. The file is here. It's D, picture slides, slides and negatives, okay? And you see the save is successful. I close that, I shrink the window, and we come over here, and here is the slide I was working on. So I double click on the slide, and it opens with Windows Photo Adjust application. Up here you'll see a little square for editing. You click on that once. You can go over here and click on the filters, and you can instantly adjust your photo by clicking here on Améliorer or improve your photo. And you can see that it instantly improves the photo. Now, how much improvement you want, you can pull the slide bar over, and I'm going to leave it about like that. What you want to do is you want to adjust it according to what you think is right for you. So then you click on this other one. This is the fine adjustments, and we have light, color, and clarity, and vignette. So what are these? So light, you can have contrast, exposure, brilliance, and shadows. Okay, highlights and shadows. So I'm going to go through the contrast. I move it back and forth like this until I find visually what's appealing. Same thing with exposure. I see that's a good exposure level. Same thing with the highlights, and then the shadows, same thing here. I generally remove a few more shadows than I would add. And then you can use general color by moving this, or if you're so inclined, you can click on the arrow and you can change the tint or the heat, the warmth of the photo. I don't usually touch those too much. Now comes the clarity, and this is you have to be careful here because if it gets too clear, there'll be a granulation in your photo depending on the ISO that you used when you shot the photo. Here I can use quite a bit. And now I see his face is a little bit dark. So what I want to do is I want to go back to shadows and I want to remove a few shadows so that his face pops out a bit. And there we have it. That's a better photo. Then I'm going to, it says register a copy or save a copy. So I click on save a copy. Now, this is going to have the same number as the original slide that we're working on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click save. It's going to ask me, are you sure you want to replace it? And I click yes. Okay, this is an improved, enhanced photo. And then I take it and I slide it into a designated photo from 1984 from when that photo was, okay? Okay, it's as simple as that, okay? And I'll be doing another tutorial very soon on negatives. This is a small cleaning brush that comes with it. It's very handy. You remove the unit. You always put the brush face down. I'll open the slide so you can see the slide cleaner. There's nothing in the slide right now, so as I put the brush, you see the brush go over the lens, and I just carefully wipe away any dust or particles that are on there on the lamp, and I blow them off, or I can use a soft dry cloth to wipe off any excess residue. Okay, so that's it. I hope that tutorial will prove useful to you. I look forward to seeing you in my next tutorial on negatives. Thanks very much.